Welcome to The Explainer. Listen, if you're over 40 and you find yourself constantly feeling tired, overwhelmed, or just completely mentally drained, your body might be trying to tell you something absolutely crucial. Today, we're taking a calm, focused look into what we call the vital architecture of rest. We're going to decode those subtle, and let's be honest, sometimes not so subtle signals of exhaustion that your body is constantly sending you.
So I want to start off by asking you a really simple but profound question. Are you listening to your body? Just take a second and really think about that. Many of us reach a certain stage in life where we become absolute experts at just pushing through our own exhaustion. We keep working, we keep taking care of everyone else, we keep meeting our responsibilities, and we just kind of tune out the warning signals our bodies are desperately trying to send us.
Section 1. The hidden cost of pushing. Normalizing exhaustion.
I know exactly how common this is. In our culture, a lot of adults over 40 basically wear their exhaustion like a badge of honor. You might even assume your fatigue is just a normal, inevitable part of getting older, so you ignore that fundamental need for recovery and just keep grinding away. But think about our cars, or our smartphones for a minute. We accept without a second thought that a machine needs regular maintenance, right? A battery literally has to be recharged. Yet, when it comes to the human body, we somehow expect it to just run continuously without any adequate rest. Well, just like those devices, you absolutely require deliberate recovery.
Section 2. Physical signals. What the body says. Persistent fatigue is not just a natural byproduct of aging, it's a biological cry for maintenance. And that brings us to the first major physical signal: constant fatigue. Honestly, it's wild how many people become so accustomed to feeling tired that they don't even question it anymore. You wake up exhausted, you stay tired throughout your entire day, and even after you sit down to rest, you still feel completely depleted. Now sure, occasional fatigue is totally normal, but persistent, everyday exhaustion, that is your body waving a massive red flag.
And exhaustion often manifests in kind of paradoxical ways, specifically through sleep issues and physical pain. You'd think that being completely exhausted means you'd automatically sleep like a rock, right? Actually, chronic stress ruins healthy sleep. You might struggle to fall asleep, or you wake up tossing and turning all night feeling entirely unrefreshed by morning. Physically, this shows up as deep muscle tension, poor hydration, and frequent stress-induced headaches. Poor sleep basically becomes both the cause and the consequence of not recovering properly.
Then we have the eighth sign: slower physical recovery. Yes, of course, aging naturally changes our bodies, but excessive soreness and prolonged fatigue after just doing normal everyday physical activities, that's a very clear indicator. Progress, healing, and general wellness actually happen during rest. If you're struggling to bounce back, your body's loudly telling you that it needs more deliberate downtime.
Section 3. The mental toll, beyond physical fatigue. When your body is physically depleted, it inevitably drags down your cognitive and emotional health right along with it. We call this mental fatigue. Have you noticed your mind feeling a bit slower than it used to? Mental fatigue is that frustrating decline in cognitive sharpness. It's characterized by brain fog, poor concentration, and just general forgetfulness. And here's the thing: it directly results from inadequate physical recovery. When your body lacks rest, your brain simply cannot maintain its focus. It's all connected.
This emotional drain also takes a direct hit on your mood and your drive. Think about it. When you're well-rested, you handle stress pretty effectively. But when that exhaustion really builds up, you'll probably notice a sharp decrease in patience. Suddenly, tiny little frustrations feel absolutely enormous. Your depleted energy reserves entirely erase your motivation, making even simple daily responsibilities require a massive amount of effort. If you find yourself snapping at people and totally lacking drive, your emotional tank is empty.
Which brings up a really fascinating physical reaction to all that emotional drain: cravings. When you are deeply tired, your body desperately seeks immediate fuel. You end up reaching for quick fixes like sugary foods and processed snacks. But as we all know, those only give you a temporary boost, which is immediately followed by a severe energy crash. This literally traps you in an even deeper, unrelenting cycle of exhaustion.
And that leads us right into the ninth sign: overwhelm. This is when you feel completely exhausted by everyday tasks before you even start them. Have you ever just stared at your daily to-do list and felt entirely paralyzed? Even simple decision-making becomes incredibly difficult. Life just starts feeling so much harder than it should. It's so vital to realize here that the cure for this heavy burden isn't more productivity or better time management. The cure is more recovery.
And that brings us to the 10th, and honestly, perhaps the most profound sign of all. Saying the words, "I don't feel like myself anymore." Just take a second to let that resonate. When chronic exhaustion fundamentally alters your mood, your enthusiasm, and your very sense of identity, that is a powerful, powerful signal. Something simply feels off, and a lack of proper rest is so often the hidden culprit.
Section 4. The architecture of rest, a paradigm shift.
So how do we begin to fix this? Well, we need a fundamental philosophical shift in how we view recovery. Let me be clear. Rest is not laziness. Recovery is not weakness. And taking care of yourself is not selfish. We absolutely must dismantle this cultural pressure that glorifies overwork and constant busyness. The body keeps score, and eventually it demands attention. True recovery has to be viewed as an essential, non-negotiable part of healthy aging.
Just consider the holistic, wide-reaching benefits of what proper recovery actually supports. We're talking mental clarity, deep emotional resilience, vibrant, steady physical energy, better, more restorative sleep, and even healthier relationships with the people around you. It really paints a beautiful, hopeful picture of what life looks like when we finally stop pushing and start listening to our bodies.
Section 5. Lasting recovery. Small daily habits. Taking back your energy doesn't require some dramatic, overwhelming life overhaul. Actually, scratch that. It's way better to focus on small, daily habits. Let's walk through your day. It starts by deliberately finding moments of quiet and eating nourishing foods. Take short breaks to walk outdoors. Being in nature is incredibly healing for an overwhelmed nervous system. Manage your stress by staying hydrated, and at night, definitely reduce screen exposure to let your brain naturally wind down into a consistent sleep schedule. These simple, gentle habits help the body recover, and in turn, that recovery helps your body perform beautifully.
Now, a very important and responsible reminder here. Please do not dismiss persistent, heavy fatigue as just normal aging. Sometimes there are underlying health conditions that contribute to deep exhaustion. Regular medical checkups are a crucial part of responding wisely to your body's signals. Healthy aging is about paying attention to these symptoms, not sweeping them under the rug.
So, we come full circle, right back to our opening question. Your body is constantly communicating with you. Are you listening? Many of the symptoms we silently accept as just normal life are actually loud, blaring signals that recovery is long overdue. I really encourage you to actively embrace recovery as essential, everyday maintenance.
If you found the guidance in this explainer helpful for your own wellness journey, please support our channel. Hit that like button, subscribe, and most importantly, share this explainer with someone in your life who might really need a gentle, supportive reminder to slow down and rest. I want to leave you with this final, empowering thought to carry with you. Rest is not something you earn after you break down. Rest is one of the ways you stay strong. Your body has an absolutely incredible ability to heal when given the opportunity. So I have to ask you, are you going to keep running on empty, or will today be the day you finally give yourself permission to recharge? Thank you so much for joining me on The Explainer.